Hello everybody, I haven't done this in a while. I went ahead and took out my SKS bullpup center balance rifle platform system. It's a mouthful. CBRPS for a SKS. It greatly reduces the length of the rifle altogether. You basically drop about 11 to 12 inches. But the bad thing about it is once you got it all put together, you got to take it all apart just to clean the rifle. I did something to my rear stock, or my buttstock actually, to let me open it up without having to. And I did a small video on it, so I'm going to kind of reiterate about this. So long story short, this is all I did. There's a screw here, there's a screw up here, but the thing is, on this side, let me get this light. All I did, I cut that at a slight angle. If I can get this in here. Alright, there's this angle here. It's not really straight across. It's more higher on the, I guess, the side that's going to enter first. And then, how can I explain that? It's beveled, literally beveled. And I don't have the exact dimensions. So basically when it goes in, it will center up all together once it locks in. And it does have enough tension on the lower screw to where it doesn't really flop out. And that's all I've done. Then you can actually disassemble the rifle, at least the main parts, to get it clean after shooting it. There we go. So this is what I've been doing. Obviously, it's clear. And as for the trigger, I mean, there is a safety on one side. The safety on the actual triggers is always on the opposition, or you won't be able to use the trigger up front. And it's basically just a couple of rails that go all the way down to actuate the rear trigger. So the magazine installs right here. Usually your action is way back here and makes this freaking rifle twice as long, it seems like. It's a good rifle, but it's not the best rifle. It's just a novelty rifle for me. It's fun to use, and I did shoot it and it ran flawlessly. Alright, so best thing to do here, obviously, take this off, unlock it, find that sweet spot, pull it out, push in on the cover, and it should fall right out. Spring comes right out. And as for the bolt carrier system, you slide it back and it should kind of dismember to a certain point. And then from here, you might have to go against the top part of the receiver and just give it a little bit of tweak, and it should come out. But you want it to separate from the actual bolt. When you do that, it'll come out. Yeah, I know it sounds a lot easier. Alright, so we'll do a quick cleaning. I already ran a couple of patches through. And everybody says, you're doing it wrong, you're doing it wrong. And you know what? I may be. I was only a military police officer for 7 years. But what I do, since I don't like pushing it all the way through the rear of the breech of the barrel, I find it to be a little bit easier if you go through the front of the barrel. So this way you're not going to destroy your cleaning rod. So have I done anything wrong right there? No, everybody's like, yeah, you just put a lot of crap through the receiver. No, I really haven't. Okay, so I use a couple of drops of CLP, drip it on right there, and then I'll run it back and forth, you know, literally just And all I'm doing is just breaking it up, and it takes not a scientist to clean a gun. But what I like to do is once it's all broken up and all the carbon is all trashed out, I like to get a cleaning rag in there, and I put it on there and let it grip it, and then spin it clockwise. You spin it clockwise. Yeah, right. Put it on and spin it clockwise. Now, instead of pushing it through the barrel from the breech side, you pull it. If I can do this for you. You pull it, you get all the crap out from the rear to the forward of the barrel. And that's really not too bad. Do that a couple of times, and it's much easier just to throw in your cleaning rod, and then throw on a cleaning patch. Just spin it on there clockwise. And this is because you don't really have a lot of room in here to work with this gun. Spin it on there clockwise, and then pull it. And you get it about that clean, which is not bad. It's good enough for an SKS, that's for sure. Alright, so putting it back together. A little tricky, but it can be done when you don't take it all apart. Alright, we know the bolt carrier system and charging handle is going to look like that, so we'll go ahead and put the bolt in there first. Just kind of lay it against the trigger or the hammer. Put this in here. Okay, now to line up the rails, put your finger in the back of this hole here, kind of like a backdoor thing. Push down against the spring tension of the hammer. Get this rear of the rails of the bolt to clear the receiver. Once it clears, push down. You bypass all the spring pressure, then push forward. And it should just lock forward. And now grab the handle all together, and that's it. Basically, the rest is downhill. Take your spring, take your cover, get the dog hair off of it. You all know about SKSs, you got to make sure this pin is all the way out. Push all the way in. Clear that. Am I clear? It's not. I am not clear of it. Okay, so there you go. Line up your pin, lock it in, and then slide your butt. Am I getting this? I don't have a screen on this GoPro. That's it. And let's do a function check on it. Hold the trigger, pull it back. Listen for the sear and the disconnector. Put it on safe. That's a lot of travel trigger pull, but I cannot fire the weapon. Let's take it off safe, which is on this side. And this isn't the best safety. I can't even see it. This is not the best safety for this rifle. I think they should have done something similar to like a AR. See that? And slide it down. That's safe. That's fire down. And still won't safe. I'll just proper control this weapon. We'll be able to do fine with it. Sorry for the lighting. I have terrible light. And that's about it, people. And if you want to lock it to the rear, well, kind of hard to do with one hand. You need it in your shoulder basically, and I don't want to let go of it while my finger's in there. Okay, so, and this button right here, this is so that way when you install a new magazine, it's a slam bolt design. You just hit it right here, and it should send the bolt forward. I can do it without slapping the whole damn rifle. Yeah, it works. I mean, does it work great? It works. I don't use this as my primary rifle. This is just a novelty rifle. It's fun to shoot, and that's about it. It's still heavy as hell. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's a lot heavier than a standard AR. But it is 7.62 by 39. And I did this goofy ass charging system for the left hand side. I fabricated it out of just chunks of garbage. I think it was probably a clothes hanger I found. That's good enough. You see that? So it's a left-handed charging system. So I can actually charge it. Charge it, then I can lock it. Slam bolt. So this is just a novelty rifle. It works, it functions. I can use it in case of an emergency, or when that particular apocalypse comes along. Yeah. Anyhow, so it's got a couple of battle sights on here, and you got your little holograph sight. All right, so yeah, CBRPS SKS bullpup.